The hope of tomorrow will solve our problems, prevents our seeing the absolute urgency of change. How does one deal with this? The hope that tomorrow will solve our problems prevents our seeing the absolute urgency of change. How does one deal with this? Is that the reason that we don't change? That tomorrow, the hope of it, that the future, tomorrow, next year, and so on, the future, because our minds are conditioned to the future, the question asks, is that the reason why we don't change? Now, if you go in, we are going to this question. What do you mean by future? By the future? What is future? You understand my question? If one is desperately ill, tomorrow has meaning. You understand? You understand? Because I may be healed by tomorrow. And so we must ask, what is this sense of future? What is future? You understand my question? What is future? Because we know the past, you understand? And because we live in the past, which is a fact, the opposite movement, that is the past going through the present, right, modifying itself, moves to that which we call the future, right? Are you following this, sir? First of all, do we know or we are aware that we live in the past? Right? We live in the past, don't we? And that past is always modifying itself, adjusting itself, expanding itself, contracting, but it's still the past. Past experience, past knowledge, past understanding, past delight, the pleasure which has become the past, and so on, so on. So, the future modified is the past. Right? Right? I said the future is the modification of the past. Right? So the future is the past, modified. I wonder if you see this. So my hope of the future is still the past moving to what I consider the future. Right? Right, sir? Huh? I must talk to someone. So the mind has never moved out of the past. That's all I want to get at. Right? The future is still the past. So the mind is always acting, living, thinking in the past. And so, can the past end? Not the seeing of absolute necessity of change. You understand my question? What is the past? Let's look at that for a while. What is the past? My racial inheritance, my conditioning as this or that, as a Hindu, Buddhist, Christian, Catholic, American, and so on. The past is the education I've received. The past is the experiences which I've had. The hurts, the delights, the remembrances, and so on, so on. That is the past. Right, sir? That is my consciousness. That's our consciousness. It's not my consciousness. It's our consciousness. So, can that consciousness, with all its content, which is my belief, my dogmas, my hopes, my fears, my longings, my illusions, and so on, all that end? So you don't know this. Now look, can you end this morning completely your dependence on another? Because it's part of your consciousness, right? Because the moment you end, something new begins, obviously. But we never end anything completely. The non-ending is the hope, right? Are you following me, sir? So can you end and see the consequences of dependence psychologically? I don't mean outwardly. I depend on the postman, on telephone, this, that, and the other. But psychologically, inwardly, see what it means to depend, and immediate action taking place, the ending of it. Now, the point is the content of our consciousness to be done bit by bit. You understand? That is, gets rid of anger, gets rid of jealousy, you follow? Bit by bit by bit. That would take too long, wouldn't it? Or can the whole thing be done instantly, immediately? You understand my question, sirs? That is, taking one by one, taking the content of our consciousness one by one and ending them will take one month's life. Or perhaps many days, many years. But is it possible to see the whole content and end it? You understand my question? To see the whole content, the whole of it, which is very simple if you do it. But our minds are so conditioned that we allow time as a factor to change. I hope we're answering these questions.